In Brazil, my country, their currency is the real, and they do not use a peg system. As of January 1999, they moved to a floating exchange rate. Before this, they did have a peg system, but it was viewed as highly ineffective, and inflation would get out of hand very quickly. It was easily manipulated by politics, and there was plenty of distrust in the system. Uh, According to the IMF report, Brazil is in the inflation targeting framework column. I would believe this is because of their lengthy issues with inflation. Um, I could not figure out a way to put the graph into this, so it'll be linked somewhere uh, or shown somewhere else. Uh, Google puts back to 2012, so a little over 20 years ago. And at the start of 2012, the exchange rate was fairly close. For one US dollar, that was 1.75 real. By the end of 2012, it was already up to 2.3 real per dollar. The real went up even more in 2016, which was due to a recession and political issues with the former president's arrest. It was still climbing, but pretty gradual at this time up until 2020, when Brazil had another spike in the real, which was for obvious reasons. Most countries did because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Since then, it has fluctuated, going down for a period of time, but never going back down to pre-COVID years. And there was another spike in 2024, which is going down again. Currently, the exchange rate is at $1 for 5.19 real. And the real has had moments with dramatic spikes and it has gone up over time. However, I don't think that it is volatile. All of these spikes have been linked to political issues, and the largest spike of them all being due to a global pandemic. Outside of this, it's been fairly consistent and slowly rising, but for good reason, it's been going down for the majority. Um, in 2024, they had faced a large depreciation of the real, one of the largest in 30 years prior, and it had actually depreciated 2.8% in one day. This was because of the economic policy set in place by President Lula, and in the from his term to 8 years prior, the purchasing power of the people had been halved. The GDP had gone down dramatically, and because of this, investors had lost a lot of hope in the Brazilian economy. And that led to even more issues. And the debt was rising with the political government spending department. Uh, all of this leads to inflation going up, where the central bank's goal was at 4.5% inflation. In 2024, it was already up to 4.83%. Because of their floating policies, they set in new fiscal policies and spending practices, and the government was able to stop the very rapid devaluation. And since then, there has been a lot of work to stabilize the real.